Hi folks, welcome to Cooking with Cuse. I'm Nate.
And I'm Nada.
Now, Nada, what are you going to be cooking for us today?
Today we are making a vegan and gluten-free chili.
Okay, now what makes this chili vegan?
Yeah, so we use an impossible meat.
Okay, and gluten-free. Now, isn't all chili gluten-free?
No, so Worcestershire sauce actually is not gluten-free. There are only certain brands of Worcestershire sauce that are gluten-free.
Okay, so that's what we're using today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Now, this recipe, it means nothing to you at all?
Yes, nothing at all.
Okay, so why are you making it for us today?
So during the 2020 protests, I was a part of a group called Feed the Movement CLT, and we provided food for folks who were protesting as well as folks who lived in Tent City through the entire summer of the George Floyd protests.
Wow, and so this is what you made?
This is one of the foods we made. We chose this partly because it's really easy to make it vegan and gluten-free, but also because it's not too heavy, right? It's not like a pasta dish. It's not gonna weigh you down. You can walk for 10 miles on this, right?
With chili in your belly?
Yeah, with a little chili in your belly.
Right, yeah. Okay, so are you gonna walk us through how to make this?
Yes. So we're gonna start with the vegetables first. So first we're gonna start by cutting the onion.
Okay.
We are gonna chop this up into small bits. And thankfully, because it's chili, it can be a little chunky. You don't have to have perfect,
Okay, that's good. So this is easy then.
And then once we get closer to the end, I like to do this just to make sure that I don't cut my fingers.
Because then it wouldn't be vegan chili anymore.
Absolutely. It would be human chili.
That's right. If you want human chili, this is not the recipe.
So from here, I just kind of roughly chop because I'm a little on the lazier side.
Right.
But if
That's good.
Are more of a type A personality and you want everything the same size, don't do this.
Yeah, then don't do this.
But if you are okay with a little lack of uniformity, which most protesters are, they're okay with things being a little out of line and not following the rules 100%, then you're good to do this and just kind of mince them like this.
Okay, and that's gonna go in the pot first?
Well, really, we can put all the vegetables in at the same time.
Okay.
Veggies first, meat second is generally the order that I like to go on.
Okay.
But it's chili. It's a really forgiving recipe. So even if you do meat first, it'll still turn out delicious.
It won't burst into flame.
That's part of the reason why we chose to serve this during the protest as well. It's a very forgiving recipe. So a lot of the folks that would cook for us, it was their first time ever cooking for a group this large, right? We weren't working with trained professional chefs. We weren't working with folks who have been working in kitchens their whole life and studied at Juilliard kind of thing, right? We were working with folks who cared about seeing police brutality and police murders end in their community, and also wanted to make sure the folks who were protesting were safe. So we needed recipes that were almost a little fail-proof to some degree, right? To where they could make some simple mistakes because they were just young folks cooking for the first time. And they could still, in the process, feed their community, get the food cooked, and make sure that we're all playing our role in the revolution of our community and the liberation of our people.
So is there a mistake that people should make sure they don't make?
Well, obviously, if you're making vegan chili, don't put real meat in it.
Okay, that's good to know.
And don't under-season. Chili is really heavily based in seasoning. If you look at the ingredient list for this recipe, a lot of it is literally just seasoning.
It's all seasoning right here.
So don't under-season with chili. Yeah, especially if you are serving it for audiences of color and people of color, the worst mistake you can make is under-seasoning.
Right. With white people like me, you might be able to get away with that.
I wasn't going to say it.
And I can say that. Okay, so we're doing the green pepper now. And that you can just mix that in with the onion.
Yeah, everything's going in at the same time.
Right, great. So, and again, chunky, lazy, easy.
Totally up to you. You can do this kind of just based off whatever your personality is like.
Right. Express your personality through how you chop.
Yes.
Right. I've always thought that.
I pick out some of the seeds, but not too many.
Okay.
I do like to leave some of them in there, though.
And is that going to grow a pepper in your stomach?
No, but it will make your chili a little spicier.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it will grow a pepper in your stomach. Try one and let me know.
Yeah, okay. I'll have some seeds and then I'll report back.
Now we can go ahead and start putting everything in.
Okay,
so Nate, please do the honors.
I would love to.
That is about a tablespoon of olive oil.
How about that?
Perfect. Very Salt Bae of you.
Thank you. I try to model everything I do off him. So the onions in here now?
Yes, onions in.
Okay. Don't want to waste. And then the
green peppers.
There we go. Okay, and I'll put these in the sink?
Yes. Now
I will do those dishes later.
Thank you.
Okay, and this can all go into?
Yes.
Okay.
And then once that's in, we're gonna go ahead and cut up the jalapeno.
Okay.
You can put the jalapeno in at the same time. I just wanted a little more space on my cutting board.
Sure. Okay, there we go. And I made a huge mess, but that's okay.
That's part of the process.
That's part of the process. And then should I stir?
Yes.
Okay, this will be my job now. That smells great already.
Right?
Yeah.
They talk about how like onions, green peppers, and like jalapeno are the holy trinity in the Black community.
Okay.
Like that's like the three main elements that makes every dish just smell amazing.
Right.
All right, jalapeno can go in now as well.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, now we are gonna start working with our impossible beef. So there isn't much to do here. I really just like to stop and take some time to season it with a little bit of the Tony's Creole sauce.
Okay.
And seasoning.
Now who's Tony?
I don't know. He's Creole though.
Okay, he's Creole. Tony, if you're watching, let us know.
So we're gonna just throw a little bit on top. Same with the seasoned salt, just a little bit so that our meat is well seasoned. And then we're gonna season the chili later.
Okay, and you're just getting in there.
Yeah.
And I need to still be stirring at this point,
Yes,
right? This
yes.
isn't, you're not just telling me this so I feel useful.
No, yes, a little bit of both.
Okay,
I do want you
okay.
to feel useful as
And
well.
I do. It's really been huge for my ego so far.
I'm so happy you're having this experience. I'm just gonna throw the meat straight in.
Okay.
I want you to kind of try and separate it a little bit, so like
Okay.
you can kind of like smash it down a
Start
little bit.
stabbing at
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Let some anger out. Like this is a
Okay,
good
yeah.
time,
And
especially.
I won't say what I'm thinking about while I do
Yeah. But when we were doing it for the protest, we were
Right.
thinking about like
Sure.
how we wanted better for our community, right? The anger we felt towards the capitalists who
Yeah.
are keeping us from apartments,
this. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now that we have our meat in, we're gonna wait for a little while and let everything brown. And then
Okay.
we can go ahead and start adding our beans, our tomato paste, our tomato sauce, and all the other chili accoutrements.
So how long should we wait?
I really think it takes about 10-15 minutes to brown
Okay.
it if you're working on medium heat.
Okay, so the good news is the chili is brown now.
Yes.
So we're able to, you said you had a trick for knowing when it would be ready also with the onions?
Yeah, so with the onions, you want to look for that translucent color once it
Okay.
starts to change to where it's almost clear.
So
and
I
you can
can't
see
even
through it.
so I can't even see the onion anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay.
You
It's
want
completely
brown
disappeared.
beef, white
Right.
onions.
Brown beef, white
White
onions.
onions.
Okay, and then what are we adding now?
We're gonna add the garlic. I really should have added this in when I added my vegetables,
Right.
but I forgot and it's okay because again, chili
Chili
is forgiving.
That's right.
So we're gonna throw in our minced garlic and we can go ahead and stir that up.
Okay. And just tell me I'm doing such a good job stirring.
You're doing an amazing job,
Thank
Nate.
you,
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you.
Thank you, thank you. That
You're
means a lot.
a really important part of the revolution.
Wow.
We're getting so much closer to liberation because of the work you're doing.
That's right. And we have that on camera. Okay, so what's next?
All right, now I'm gonna throw in my tomato paste.
Okay. And I'll stir that up.
Okay.
And
from
then we've got a
here-
ton of spices.
Yeah, we have tons and tons of seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and probably throw in the kidney
Okay.
beans first.
So I shouldn't have
No,
mentioned
it's
the
okay,
spices.
it's okay, you're
Okay,
fine.
it's just a little preview that later
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
have spices. Okay. Even hosts make mistakes. Okay.
But
so,
chili is forgiving.
But chili is
Yeah, the
forgiving.
chili has
That's what
forgiven
makes
you.
chili so beautiful. Wish some other people in my life would be a little bit more like
Yeah.
chili.
Right.
You know what
the
I'm saying?
theme of our
Okay,
day,
so I should
chili
add the
is
beans.
forgiving.
Add the beans,
Yes.
okay?
And then from here we can go in and go ahead and throw in our tomato sauce.
Okay.
Now this looks like it's chunky tomato sauce. It's totally up to you what you use. I like texture in my chili though, so like the chunkier the better.
Right, and the onions were chunky,
Yeah,
and the pepper's
right.
chunky, so it's all chunky.
You got a little spice in the jalapeno. Like we got a lot of textures going on
Right.
here. And like vegans tend to love flavors a lot. So like most vegans would probably add like some corn.
If you're not vegan, you don't like flavor?
Not as much as vegans do, right?
right, okay.
Because like they really, really have to work to create the umami flavor in like
Right.
vegetables and things that don't have like the same
Right,
protein
because
base
they've
as meat.
volunteered to take that out of their
Yes.
lives. I see.
So they
right.
add in extra seasoning to make up for it.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, and then now do we get to the seasoning? Okay, great. So walk me
We're
through.
here.
We've got a whole bunch of seasoning. What is all of it?
I don't know, but I know what some of them are. So like we have some bay leaves.
Okay, that's easy to spot. It's the one that's leaves. Okay, so that goes in.
We have ancho chili powder.
Okay, great. And what makes that different from other chili powder? Do we know?
Specifically because of the kind of chili that's used.
It's an ancho chili.
It's an ancho chili, yes,
Okay,
yes.
all right. That's not rocket science.
We have some brown sugar.
Okay.
Thank you for stirring.
You're so welcome.
And then from here, we can take our vegetable bouillon cube.
Right, and not chicken bouillon.
Not
'cause then
chicken
that
bouillon.
wouldn't be vegan.
Right.
Right.
But if you are making a non-vegan version of this
Right.
recipe, you
That's a
can
tongue
use a chicken
twister.
bouillon cube.
Okay, but then you could also use like ground beef.
Absolutely.
Right.
I was
Okay.
going to try to break it up because sometimes they break up, but that one's really hard.
No, and
so
it's just already disappeared in there. Okay, what's next?
it looks like this is Italian seasoning.
Okay.
Throw that in there.
Okay. We'll
I
figure out
think
what
this
that
is
is
the smoked
later.
paprika.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
This is salt. And as you can see, chili is seasoning heavy, right?
It's
Like a
all
majority
seasoning.
of our ingredients are seasoning.
We blew our entire budget on seasoning.
This is garlic powder. And that means this is onion powder.
That does mean that. Good.
This has a wonderful smell. It's cumin. This is cumin.
It's cumin. You'll know cumin because it's the one with a wonderful smell. No comment.
I don't know
You
what
have
that
no
is.
idea what that was.
No clue what that one was.
Okay, but you'll have a recipe at home, so you'll know what it is. And then lastly,
Our vegan or our gluten-free Worcestershire sauce.
Worcester sauce.
The hardest part of cooking is learning how to pronounce Worcestershire sauce.
I've always said that. That's 90% of culinary school.
And then once you feel comfortable with all that being like combined and stirred up, we're gonna add in the water.
Okay. Now, why do we add water to this?
It is so that it has a more like soup or stew-like texture.
Okay.
Other than that, it's literally just gonna be like beans and meat.
Right, and it keeps you hydrated while you eat it.
Right, and also, yes, and also, but you can just literally serve this over rice if you prefer your chilies thicker.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I'm gonna put this water in.
The salt-based style.
Salt-based style, yep.
Then from here, we can go ahead and reduce our heat to simmer.
Okay.
We're gonna stir one more time, and then we're just gonna leave this alone for a couple of hours.
For a couple hours. Okay, so we'll go.
30 minutes minimum, but chili tastes better the longer you let it simmer.
Okay, so we'll go and take a break.
Yes. Let's go read some leftist literature.
Yeah. See you when we get back.
Our chili has finished simmering. Now, before you serve this, please remember to take the bay leaves out. You cannot eat them. Nate.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for telling me that now. Okay, so we're good to go. We're able to, let's see, we'll put it here. See how nice and brown that is?
Do you want 1 scoop or 2 scoops?
2 scoops, please. I'm assuming it's good. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
You should.
And then what can we put on it?
Now up to you. We got some vegan cheddar cheese. We have some vegan sour cream. Of course, if you are not vegan, you can do sour cream that's not vegan or cheddar cheese that's not vegan. We also
Okay.
have some pita chips as well. So feel free to garnish however you like.
Smells amazing. Okay, thank you so much for making this for us.
Yeah, of course.
And teaching everyone at home how to make it for themselves.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. I can't tell that's vegan at all. And that was the goal. But it's good. It's great. It's amazing.
It's really hot.
It's really hot. Oh, well, that's amazing.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
it was fun cooking with you, Nate.
Thank
And
you
remember,
very
y'all,
much.
it's really important that we all do our part for the work of liberation, right? Whether you're cooking, whether you're marching in the streets, or whether you're making graphics, we have to work together because community is the most important thing we have. Bye.
Bye, everyone.